Okay, so I know it's now April already. We're 4 months into the new year, and maybe time's flown by. But that doesn't mean it's too late to realign. We're taking it back to the first days of 2025, when the energy was fresh, intentions clear, and there was that feeling that anything is possible.
It is the first day of the new year, and we're starting it out in nature. We're heading down to a waterfall, and it just feels so good to be in the fresh air. Feel like I can breathe.
It's off to work we go.
What are your words of wisdom for this year?
My words of wisdom for this year are don't get angry, just get curious. That's it.
Okay, that's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, don't make judgments, just be curious. Ask why. Ask why do you feel like that instead of being reactive. That was so long ago.
Yeah.
That was like 2 or 3 birthdays ago.
Yeah, at least.
Guys, we're making a YouTube video back here.
Do you feel the tree energy?
Yeah.
I feel it radiating into my soul. Powerful.
We wandered under the falls and through the tall jungle trees, which felt like the perfect setting for reflection. There's something about being in nature, the quiet, the stillness, the way the light filters through the leaves, that often inspires me to slow down and turn inward. So we each took a moment to pause, to ground ourselves, and to share a little wisdom we'd gained from the year just gone by. Lessons, shifts, and simple reminders we want to carry into the next chapter.
I would say my words of wisdom are don't get so caught up in doing the next thing, accomplishing the next thing, and take the things that you already have and that you've already accomplished for granted. Because often we already have so many things that we could be happy about and be grateful about, but we get caught up in the future and the next best thing that we forget that we have all we need to be happy right now, right here.
So my words of wisdom for this year is open your eyes, listen, and what you will be looking for will be on the way.
So I asked Arthur what his positives were about the year, and he said that foiling was something that was a positive for him, and he said that he felt silly talking about foiling as being a positive. But the thing that was good about it was that Arthur said it gave him a whole new perspective, and it was like this outlet that he needed to sustain like his own well-being throughout the year. But then I heard a quote the other day, and I really connected with the quote, and it was that self-care, well, it was just something that somebody had said that I was like, oh, I like that. And she said, self-care enables me to have a connection and do more. And I was like, it enables her to connect more with herself and therefore do more. And people often feel guilty when they indulge in caring for themselves, but it's not indulging at all. It's actually like essential.
I think something that I've been focusing on in the past year has been letting go a little bit more. I find when I try to be in control too much of the time, it takes away from the present moment and it just stops the flow of life from happening. So I think it's important just to trust ourselves and trust the process and trust the journey going into this new year. Like it's all slower.
Yeah. Say hello.
Good morning. It is 5 a.m. at the moment, and I'm on my way down to the beach. The plan was to get up for sunrise, but I hit snooze one too many times and kind of missed the best part of it. I thought it was going to be super cloudy because I kept peeking through the window to get out of bed, and I was like, it's cloudy, I won't miss anything. But then as I was leaving the house, the sky went all pink and beautiful, so I just missed it. My friend's place that I'm staying here on the Gold Coast is about a 5-minute walk to the beach, so it's been really nice to come down here a few times a day. weather here on the Gold Coast has been very interesting. I'll wake up in the morning, it'll be cloudy, and then the sun comes out, it'll be beautiful. Then it'll rain for a little bit and then be cloudy again. Most days at sunset, the clouds have rolled in, so there hasn't been too many dreamy pastel skies. But I have to say the temperature is just perfect right now. It's crazy too for being on the Gold Coast. There's only about 4 people on the beach right now. Makes sense because the sunrise at the moment is at 4:40 a.m. This is my first sunrise of the new year, and it is now January 4th. It's been so nice to be here though and spend time with my friends who I met a few years ago when I lived on the Gold Coast. At the beginning of each year, I buy a new journal. I like to start fresh and have a clear mind going into the new year. Last night, my friend Kelly and I reflected on our past year and wrote down a few questions for ourselves. I thought I would share them with you, and if you wanted to use these questions for yourself, you are more than welcome. So the first one is, if the energy of your past year could be encapsulated by one word, what would it be? For me, this one was intuitive. I think I made a lot of decisions from my heart instead of from my mind. This was something I felt like I needed to do in this phase of my life. For me, sometimes I find it a little bit difficult to know whether I should follow my heart or my mind. So I have been trying to do a little bit of both, but last year was definitely more intuitive. The second question was, what were your big wins for this year? And this one's nice because when I first wrote this question down, I was like, I didn't really have any wins this year. But then I started thinking about it, and there's so many that I would have overlooked if I didn't really think about it. And that can be dangerous because that can lead me to a place of feeling like I haven't done enough. These don't even have to be big wins because for me, even the small wins are worth celebrating and acknowledging. Third question is, what were your challenges this year? And then the fourth question was, what lessons did your challenges provide? This one I really had to think about. The first one for me was communication is key. I think communication is the foundation of all relationships, and if you don't have a strong communication, then it's really hard to understand each other. My second lesson, no answers in life are necessarily right or wrong. The path will continue on and can be amazing with any decision we make. A lot of the times I get overwhelmed with choosing a path that's right. Life does keep flowing, and whatever decision we make, I think it is really about mindset and what you make it. I was chatting with my friend Kelly the other day about some of my challenges for the past year, and one of the big ones is I really don't know where I want to be based. It's something that has kind of stressed me out and made me feel anxious because I feel like I need to choose somewhere so that I can settle down and start the next chapters of life. I am 28 now, so it is sort of an interesting transition phase. But then she said to me, all paths lead to home, which leads me to my next point. I am the only person who will be with me forever, so it's important to look after my own health and well-being first. We are our own homes, and I think how we feel inside does come across to everyone around us. I find when I'm looking after myself and sticking to my goals and routines, I'm a better person to everyone around me. My relationships are also so much stronger. The final point is trust gut instincts more often. We have them for a reason. A few times I've had very strong gut instincts and chose not to listen to them. All of those times I ended up in a position where I thought I knew it. I should have listened to that gut instinct. Sometimes it's easier just not to listen to it, and I'm not saying it's right 100% of the time, but I do think we get that feeling for a reason. Okay, let's go get a coffee. Might do a Pilates class, and my friend Kelly has been wanting to surf. So if there's any waves today, I think we're going to go do that and spend some time on this beautiful beach. This skyline never ceases to amaze me. Look how beautiful and peaceful this beach is right now. Ah, so nice.
Kelly is teaching us yoga this morning.
I'm so excited.
What are we gonna learn?
Yeah, we're gonna explore some spinal movements to help bring fluidity to the mind and body. It's important to move the spine in all different directions.
It's always nice letting all of my thoughts settle and land in the body, because sometimes clarity doesn't come through thinking. It comes through feeling, through breath and movement, and I think that's where the wisdom lives. Lately, I've noticed I have this habit of keeping myself super busy, constantly doing, planning, and moving around. Maybe it's a way to distract myself from what's really asking to be felt, but when I slow down, when I actually give myself permission to be still, I can hear what's underneath the noise, and it's not always comfortable, but it's honest. There's a quiet knowing that only reveals itself when we stop trying to figure everything out in our heads, you know? When we soften, let our breath deepen, and when we move with intention. That's when the answers rise to the surface. Not forced, not chased, just reminded. And maybe that's the magic of this practice. It holds space for the parts of us that don't need fixing, but just listening.
I've seen it this busy in a long time.
It is so warm, so it's time for a dip.
Nice and
Let's go in the ocean. That was such a good dive.
Yeah.
Oh no. There. So nice. How's it going?
You want to pull a card?
Oh yeah, let's pull cards.
Let's pull a card.
January.
It's the 6th of January. It's time to finally start the new year off with a card. What do you reckon?
I got the black egg. Truth.
Not right. Yeah, it's just not right.
I feel that so much.
You need to catch my good moments. She always gets my good moments, man.
Oh yeah, Kelly has lots of good moments.
Pisces lady.
Yeah.
If I don't go in and I'm like near the beach, I'm like, I actually have to go.
He is golden retriever cavalier poodle. Okay, well now it's in.
Okay, I'll just have a
Sorry,
snack
guys.
instead.
You can
So
I did pour this.
Sorry, guys, I messed up.
okay, well we can just
So we just
cheers
poured these,
instead. We got
and I
some
missed
wine.
it because I pressed the wrong button.
But okay. We got some wine.
That's all that's important,
Cheers.
right? Thank you. Cheers! 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 She's a red gal.
Oh yeah.
I arrived back to South Australia to some very hot summer days. Today is going to be about 38 degrees. So I took a drive down the coast and I'm gonna go for a swim in the beautiful rock pools down here. Hey Zena, you hot? I'm hiding away from the sun a little bit. It is not even 9 a.m. yet and the sun is already so strong, but it is such a beautiful morning down here on the south coast. The water is crystal clear. I know it's going to be cold, but I cannot wait to dunk under. It's going to feel amazing. It's been an interesting few weeks adapting to life back here in the south. The plan is to stay here in South Australia and use it as a base, settle down a little bit while still having some trips here and there, but it has turned out to be quite the challenge for me. I am having trouble accepting that I'm not going to be a full-time traveler anymore. I think my comfort zone is moving around day to day and always doing new things, so to be in one place and having the same routines actually scares me more than moving around every day. Zena's coming over to join. She's already been for a dip. Got a good spot, Zena? Over the past few months, I have been thinking a little bit more about what my priorities are for the new year, and there are a lot of shifts happening. I've always thought of myself as someone who is very adaptable, but I'm slowly realizing that I do struggle with change quite a bit. Although I'm going to be working on things that really excite me, I'm going to be doing some wedding photography, and I'm also going to be hosting a retreat in Bali this year, which hopefully can be an ongoing thing. It's going to be teaching people photography, videography, heading on adventures to waterfalls, and also doing movement with my friend Kelly. She is an amazing Pilates, yoga, fitness girl, and she's going to be teaching Pilates and yoga classes. So together we are very excited to host a beautiful retreat in Ubud. I will leave the link below too if you wanted to check that out. So although I am working on some really fun and exciting things, I am still adapting to the mindset of having a solid base and routine. I think by doing things like this, driving down the coast and keeping the adventures alive, it will definitely help. But change is hard. If you've been adapting to change or are going through anything now, I feel you, and just know that you will get through it too. I think mindset has a big part to play, but also we just need to do the things that make us happy to keep that spark of life alive. Okay, I think it's time to jump in that beautiful water. It looks so inviting. Let's go.
As always, thank you so much for watching and just for being here. I will see you next time for some more adventures.